Open your phone, scroll through your contacts. You probably have hundreds of names there, maybe a few thousand followers somewhere else. People you've met, people you've liked, people you'd wave to on the street. But here is something stranger. You don't really have hundreds of friends. Deep down, you have about 5, and that number was set in place long before you were born. This isn't a judgment. It's architecture. The architecture of your brain. In the 1990s, a British anthropologist named Robin Dunbar noticed something odd about monkeys and apes. The bigger their social group, the bigger one specific part of their brain, not the whole brain, just the neocortex, the thinking, planning, social tracking part. So he asked a simple question. If group size is written into brain size, what does the human brain predict for you? The answer came back as a number, about 150. That's how many stable relationships your mind is built to hold. Not contacts, not followers, real relationships where you know who someone is and how they fit with everyone else. Today, that number has a name, Dunbar's number, and 150 keeps appearing in strange places, the size of early farming villages, the size of a Roman military unit, the number of people in many companies before they split into departments, even the average number of names on a personal Christmas card list. But the number isn't one circle. It's a set of rings. Picture yourself at the center. Around you sits a tiny inner ring of about 5 people, your closest souls, the ones you'd call at 3 in the morning. Beyond them, a ring of about 15, then 50, then the full 150 out at the edge. Each ring outward, the bond gets weaker, and the number gets bigger. And the pattern is brutally consistent. 5, 15, 50, 150. Why so few in the middle? Why only 5? Because closeness is expensive. Dunbar found that intimacy runs on time. To stay in your inner 5, a person needs roughly an hour of your attention every week. Real attention. And you only have so many hours. Your day has a budget, and friendship is paid out of it. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Every new person you pull close pushes someone else out. The rings don't stretch. They rotate. The friend you stopped calling didn't vanish because you stopped caring. They drifted to an outer ring because the time ran out. Now think about why this system exists at all. Your distant ancestors had no police, no courts, no written contracts. They had each other. In a dangerous world, the people who knew you, trusted you, and would defend you were the difference between living and dying. So your brain became a tracking machine. Who helped me? Who lied? Who shared food when I had none? Dunbar even argues that human language itself may have grown out of this need. Apes bond by grooming each other's fur. But you can only groom one body at a time. Words let your ancestors groom several people at once, with gossip and stories, holding a larger group together than fingers ever could. So here's the twist. The thing you call your social life is really an ancient survival system, still running, still counting. And it does not care about the internet. This is the part most people get wrong. You might assume social media expanded your circle. It didn't. Researchers studying online networks found the same rings, the same limits, the same stubborn 150. The platforms gave you a bigger audience. They did not give you a bigger heart. What they did change is harder to see. They filled your outer rings with strangers and made the inner 5 easy to neglect. A like is cheap. An hour is not. And the psychologist Susan Pinker, who studied the longest-living communities on Earth, found that the people who survive into old age aren't the ones with the most followers. They're the ones with the most face-to-face contact. The handful who show up in person. This matters more than it sounds. Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a researcher who reviewed data from hundreds of thousands of people, found that weak social connection raises your risk of early death about as much as smoking does. Loneliness, it turns out, isn't only sad. It's physically dangerous, because your body was never built to stand alone. So look at your phone again. All those names, all those faces, most of them are weather. They pass through. But somewhere in that crowd are 5 people your ancient brain has quietly chosen. 5 people worth an hour. 5 people worth protecting. The question was never how many people you can reach. The question is which 5 you choose to keep.